Mexico is one of the most diverse countries in Latin America. About 10% of its population is made up of indigenous people, although some believe that number is much higher. A museum showcasing the history and culture of these people has opened in Mexico City, and its organizers hope it will help change the way Mexicans think about their country's indigenous people. Here's CCTV's Ross Velton in Mexico City.
They don't know who played this musical instrument or who it was played for, but they do know it's worth saving because it belongs to the essence of Mexico.
The indigenous population of Mexico is 15.7 million. They're represented by 68 distinct cultures and 68 different languages.
And now they're represented by a museum in Mexico City. Its curator says the Indigenous Museum is the first of its kind in Mexico.
This is a really ambitious project in the long term, in which the aim is to bring about an intercultural dialogue between indigenous groups and also between them and non-indigenous people.
There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be put into the museum. Nearly 20,000 pieces, in fact, some of which date from over 400 years ago. That's a lot of history, but a lot of Mexicans don't know much about that history. Octavio Murillo thinks indigenous people are stereotyped. Here's one standing next to a cactus, another national label. The museum hopes visitors will look beyond the labels to what indigenous people have given to Mexico, while others wonder what Mexico has given to them.
We have some formal change, but formal change doesn't mean real change. We recognize indigenous people in our constitution, but what happened with that? It is on the paper, but the real is real.
And for many, the reality is that the native people of Mexico are still living on the edges of its society.
It's only possible to fight discrimination when mainstream society has an understanding of indigenous society.
This museum wants to improve that understanding, revealing what Mexico's indigenous people are really all about. Ross Velton, CCTV, Mexico City.